To the ancient Egyptians, children were gifts from gods. But sometimes couples simply preferred contraception, which was easy to obtain thanks to the various methods that magician physicians recommended. One of these methods used crocodile dung, and the question of the day is, were these strange and unappealing contraceptives effective? It's not surprising that contraceptive methods were quite rarely mentioned in the medical magical papyri. Out of the 5 prescriptions identified, only one in chapter 783 ter of the Ebers Papyrus states, remedy prepared for a woman to prevent her from conceiving for 1, 2 or 3 years. No other information was given, but we can conclude from this short extract that the prescribed contraceptive was meant for women who were already mothers, most definitely of several children, and who very likely needed a break. Because we must not forget one major thing. In ancient Egypt, a woman's fertility was the best insurance against repudiation, meaning a husband's decision to leave her. Now, infant death rates were extremely high back then. An estimated 30% of children died before their 5th birthday, and fewer than half of children reached adulthood. Given this risk of frequent infant mortality, a woman therefore had to be sure that she was fertile and produced plenty of heirs for her husband before she could even consider contraception. Nothing is written about women who, on the other hand, did not want to get pregnant, like prostitutes, for example. As such, there is no way of knowing whether ancient practitioners agreed to advise them on contraceptive methods or whether they had to rely on the knowledge of female healers. Two contraceptive methods that use crocodile dung were found in 2 medical magical papyri from the Middle Kingdom. In both the Keun Medical Papyrus and the Ramesseum IV Papyrus, even though there were gaps in the 2 prescriptions found, the target audience and nature of the treatment left no doubt as to the practitioner's intended purpose. Preventing a woman from conceiving. Crocodile dung. This will be crushed with fermented herb decoction. Deep. Preventing conception in a woman. Crocodile dung. Soak vegetable water applied to the mouth of a womb. Basically, by mixing crocodile droppings with vegetable-based substances, and maybe something else that was mentioned in the gaps, anyone could make a tampon, which a woman could insert into a vagina if she did not want to conceive. If we are understandably skeptical about lizard droppings having any effect at all on a woman's fertility, ancient Egyptians had an excellent reason to believe that this strange contraceptive could work. While the crocodile represented the crocodile deity Sobek, it was also known as Set animal, which means that the reptile was associated with Set, god of chaos, who murdered his own brother Osiris and was guilty of a long list of crimes. By soaking a tampon in crocodile waste and applying it to or inside the vagina, ancient practitioners believed that they could introduce an element of chaos into a woman's body, a disruptive force in the image of a god Set that could prevent the natural order of things. In this case, the patient getting pregnant. There was therefore no doubt in their minds that this treatment would be effective, because remember, In ancient Egypt, physicians were also magicians. Anyway, if a contraceptive ever failed to work, practitioners could simply say it was Seth's fault or the work of evil spirits or ghosts. And if this method of contraception still failed, despite the hidden placebo effect, unless of course it encouraged men to be abstinent, can't blame them, it must have caused the nastiest vaginal infections in a time when ancient medicine wasn't advanced enough to treat them properly.